can't believe I believed everything we had was last. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kids. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your schemes. I'm smarter than that. And I hate to believe that with me you're a changed man. Foolish of me to compete when you cheat, when who's winning. It took me some time, but now I'm moved on. Because I realize I got myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. Talk about that from now on. I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. Talk about that from now on. I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling and you say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with the 3 kids in my own. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that it's over, stop calling me. Come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know. Even your very best friend tried to warn me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I got myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Got me, myself, and I know that I will never disappoint myself. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I'm still with you. Yeah, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you'll see the sun come out again. Hey, I know that I will never disappoint myself. I'm crying. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I'm still with you. You hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you'll see the sun come out again. I beat myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend.
It was dark and I was over.
can't fuck with me. Just like the air, I'm everywhere. How you say it so shit, you would think I went to school for chiropractic. Looking good as hell today, just sent my nigga $5. Why'd you come from me about a nigga, man? You bitch back for that. Come at me about niggas who I don't even find attractive. I don't know that nigga, I just seen them on the town before. So I can't be up in her face, I took her nigga down before. When I lose a nigga, I just pop out and go find some more. Soon as I feel like my time get wasted, then it's time to go. They say they don't fuck with me, but I say they can't fuck with me. Just like the air, I'm everywhere. How you say it so with me? Them bitches should've stayed down. They could've been up to me, but all they doing is talking down. Cause they can't get up with me. My ex looking on my old friend. Both they had some fucking plans. Thinking that she got one up on me, she got my hand down. He thought he wasn't gonna have to stand on shit like he was handicapped. Made that nigga stand on it. Now his ass can't stand me now. High as fuck, I'm lit, yup. I don't smoke no sweet stuff. Slime with my gang and them. Look at them like sisters. Them bitches be learning, they go outside about these niggas. I don't wanna hang with them. They don't have no business. They be going for anything, but I can't go for none of it. Why would I go chase you if I know you gon' come running back? Cut everybody off, they been feeling like the lumberjack. They really get me fucked up, and now I'm going for none of that. She the type of nigga make her mad, she going too soon. Me, I'm kinda ratchet still, so I'm the type of beast. I can't love you, baby, like your bitch do, so don't leave her. We gon' choose her every time, cause it's cheaper to keep her. Can't say your name up in my songs, might not fuck with you tomorrow. Can't get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a fuck tomorrow. Ain't fucked up by no credit score, I might be rich as fuck tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow.
Riding with my twin and and we all look great fuck. She said she my eye, but I don't know her, had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it, bitch, I'm good as fuck. I've been on these bitches next so long, sometimes I'm fucking stuck. I can put you in my business, you might wish me dead tomorrow. Bitches be on thick today, sing every word of up tomorrow. Bitch, I still got cases open, keep your mouth shut tomorrow. Play with me today, then get some sleep, you know it's up tomorrow. Fake bitch, that's what my friend fucked on your nigga. Both you bitches pussy, I think y'all should scissor. She bought a chain, I bought the same one, even bigger. She doing shots, that's how I know I got a trigger. I don't speak dog ho, I don't care what no bitch say. I stay on her mind, I got condos in that bitch head. She said she don't fuck with me, who say that you can't hold? That nigga munching, he gon' eat me like a mango. Long ass feet, it be tickling my ass crack. Wonder what I do tomorrow that these hoes will be mad at. Oh yeah, bitches sweet, and I always get my lick back. I fight for my bitches and I'm fighting over dick too.
Can't say your name up in my songs, might not fuck with you tomorrow. Can't get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a fuck tomorrow. Ain't fucked up by no credit score, I might be rich as fuck tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. Can't say your name up in my songs, might not fuck with you tomorrow. Can't get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a fuck tomorrow. Ain't fucked up by no credit score, I might be rich as fuck tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. Doctor.
Hi y'all, hi. I'm off to a very late start, so I kind of want to just get to my topic. But for those of you who can hear me, how y'all doing? The people still in here. I know people keep coming in and out. I'm trying. Give me one sec. Hi, Alicia L. Happy you're back. Hustler and Muscular. How y'all doing? Okay, there I go. Sorry. Okay, hi everyone. So, hope y'all all had a good day. Do me a favor and please like my video, share my video if you know somebody outside of this space who might like the content. Please share. Help me grow the channel, guys. So today I'm thinking I want to do a series on deconstructing patriarchy because it's such a broad, that term patriarchy covers a wide variety of topics, issues, ideologies, culture, just damn near everything in the United States. So it's not one thing that I could effectively get through in a show. So I think I'm going to do a series on different parts of things that fall under the patriarchy. And hi, INC, how you doing? And today I want to talk about male centeredness, right? Do y'all know what male centeredness is? I feel like I wanna put it's very self-explanatory, but I still want to put a definition up just so people could thoroughly understand what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, right? So we know what male centeredness means, but I want to just give a thorough understanding on when people say male centeredness, just so that you all understand what they're really talking about. Okay, so being about male centered means prioritizing male perspectives, validation, and approval over one's own needs, desires, or friendships. It describes a pattern where a person's life, decisions, actions, and self worth orbits around gaining the attention or affirmation of men, often stemming from deep seated societal conditioning rather than conscious choice. That last part, right? Often stemming from deep seated societal conditioning rather than conscious choice. So, this is basically saying like we've just been conditioned to be male centered. It wasn't necessarily a choice. We didn't have a choice. It's just the culture we've been conditioned to participate in. Here are some of the things: validation seeking, measuring your own worth based on male approval, right? And that comes into play where you hear people devalue women, like, oh, where's your man at? You ain't got no man, right? Even other women will judge the value of a woman based off of her proximity to a man, right? So men practice male centeredness and women. The same way I was explaining the other day how men and women both uphold the patriarchy, and male centeredness is just something that falls right up under that patriarchy umbrella, okay? Hi Joshua, hi BATL, hi Elite Belzo, how y'all doing? Please hit the like button for me, okay guys? So here's the problem with male centeredness. If you're not a male, why would you be male centered? But the thing about just like the patriarchy, male centeredness is also a very much accepted culture and conditioning that women have, you know, bought into and been practicing all this time, right? So, yeah, the validation seeking, the prioritizing of men, placing men's opinions, needs, and demands above your own personal well being or friendships with women. We see women do that all the time, and men are very strategic a lot of times in getting into a woman's life and then kind of sometimes isolating her, alienating her away from her friends, turning her against her friends, or drawing a wedge. He wants to ensure that he becomes the center of your universe. He ain't even got you no ring yet, nothing, but he wants you now to make him the center of your universe. And I almost want to say most women do. Most women do it. They just do. The male gaze, dressing, behaving, or crafting one's image primarily to appeal to men. I do think a lot of women participate in this as well. And let me say this because I don't want to be extreme. If you are a heterosexual woman, these are going to be priorities for you, which is normal, right? You like men, you're sexually attracted to men. Yes, you're going to want some validation from men, you're going to want attention from men. Uh, you're going to want the male gaze. That's normal. What but when you become male centered, that's the part that's abnormal. Like, yes, as a heterosexual woman, you should want the male gaze, you should want male validation. um and you are going to have to prioritize men to an extent. That's fine, that's normal. It becomes an issue when you yourself become male centered. Now that's something else, because you're a woman. How are you male centered, right? It doesn't make sense. There's no man we're going to find as woman centered. It's not happening. BATL said, I can't stand them type of women. Me either. BATL said, I was just watching a show full of old ass mammies. It was disgusting. I couldn't watch long. Like on TV? Or you mean like on YouTube? I, later on, I'm going to get into why male centered women are dangerous. They are the most problematic creatures in existence, in my opinion, because it's natural for men to do what is in men's best interest. That's a natural thing, okay? So when men are trying to manipulate you and condition you and have you think certain ways, it to their benefit, okay, it's to their benefit. They are men. When women are doing it, oh, that is a whole nother level of like, when I tell you, I do not like those women at all. I can't stand them. Cannot. Because they're actually dangerous, right? Because those women usually are almost like a parrot. Like they're just here to do the footwork for the men. So whatever the men filled her head with, whatever bullshit, even stuff that she, if in her brain, if she sat and thought about for 5 seconds, she would know is against her own best interest. But that male-centered woman would still get up and fight you tooth and nail to try to brainwash you the way that nigga brainwashed her. Okay? INC says is interesting because I think a lot of women can't tell if a man is heterosexual or not and wind up sleeping with an LGBTQIA download man. I think the sad reality for a lot of black women is there's a deficit here. There's a deficit in the black community when it comes to male protection. This is my opinion, right? I think black women suffer from an extreme deficit of feeling protection, security, love, validation from black men, right? Because think about it, if everyone can acknowledge that we have the most single mother led households, then what does that tell you? If you have the most single mother led households, then you have the most absent father households, right? And that does create a deficit in a little girl. Okay? So you got a bunch of little girls who grew up looking for male attention, male validation, male protection in all the wrong ways, right? Because they didn't know no better. And they viewed any interaction, I guess, as some level of what they thought they were looking for. And I guess when you're starving, oodles and noodles could feel like filet mignon. Okay. So I think when you have a people who are already operating out of a deficit and they just so bad want to be accepted by a man, they want to be chosen, they want to be validated by a man, and then you mix in the patriarchy, right? Where that will affect all of the women, no matter what color they are. The patriarchy says that you're not valuable unless you have a man, unless you have a husband, unless you're married, right? So when you're a black woman, it's like double, you know, you already operating out of a deficit 9 times out of 10. And then you're trying to fall under society's guidelines of what you should be doing in terms of a man. So I think when you have women in that group, yeah, they're going to be very pressed. Um, Now when it comes to, you say you don't know if you don't know if women can tell if the men are heterosexual or not. I agree because I think it is getting harder and harder to tell, and DL men go through a great deal to, protect themselves and protect their identity because they don't want you to know. That's kind of the point of it, right? You have a slight pushback on that. Would you like the link? If you want to push back, I can give you the link. I'm always up for a good debate. um, yeah. So I I want to even tell you I think I know when a man is gay, but the reality is nobody always knows because some men go through great lengths to make sure you don't know, right? He wants to be DL for a reason. Hi, Freezy, my brother Freezy. How you doing? But I understand what you're saying because sometimes it just be kind of obvious. But that goes back to what I told you, that deficit, right? That desperation that some black women have. And because they have it, they're willing to turn a blind eye to a lot of things. just to say they have a man. Because why? They're male centered. So having a man is the top priority. Doesn't matter if she has an idea that he might be gay. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter that he ain't shit, don't do shit. For the male centered woman specifically, she's gonna tell herself whatever lie she needs to tell herself because her top priority is having a man. Okay. And I think I got one of them. Let me show you guys a video. I think I was trying to find videos of male censored women, but I'll have to show you that another time because I already was running so late. I was almost not gonna come, but I was like, oh, at least I could go on for like an hour or two. Trying to stay back in the algorithm now that I think I'm here. So y'all women are saying that y'all have experience with a dude that was gay. Oh, this is the last one I'm gonna read. I need to start doing like the other. Y'all want me to read questions? Send a super chat, but I'm gonna read this. So y'all women are saying that y'all have experience being with a dude that was gay or know someone personally who has happened to. Yeah, both. Either you dated someone who you couldn't put your finger on it, but you felt like he was definitely something wasn't right, or you know somebody who definitely did and found out about it. For sure, for sure. Hey, Joshua, he said, did y'all have a good Mother's Day? I'm not a mother, so I mean, it was okay. I miss my grandma. Okay, so I was a little bit sad. Be quiet, Sherelle. Don't come in here with your nonsense. And for the person who wants the pushback, let me know if you want the link. Other than that, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Okay, but look. Yes, I ain't gonna front. I'm starting to think like 49% of men are gay. I'm not even trying to I swear, I'm really starting to believe that. I really am. Because it is ridiculous out here. It really is. Okay, so speaking of male censored women, I want to know what you guys think of this lady.
I think it is very ironic how a black woman will sit here and go word for word with a black man who's giving her some motherfucking leadership, some guidance, and some instructions. But y'all not questioning the motherfucking white man who created some textbooks and told you what your history was. Y'all don't question that shit. Y'all don't question that religion that they gave y'all, that they stripped you away from your spirituality and gave you a false sense of a God when God lives amongst you and within you. You don't question that shit at all, but you want to question a black man with some power.
So here's the thing about people like her. Sure, I said, oh God, here she go. I'm gonna play it again. I hope I don't get a damn copyright because of this stupid ass girl. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Another thing, I think it is very ironic how a black woman will sit here and go word for word with a black man who's giving her some motherfucking leadership, some guidance, and some instructions. But y'all not questioning the motherfucking white man who created some textbooks.
Y'all going back and forth and word for word with black men who give y'all leadership, guidance, and instruction. That's what y'all doing?
And told you what your history was.
But y'all not questioning the textbooks, them telling you what your history was.
Y'all don't question that shit. Y'all don't question that religion that they gave y'all, that they stripped you away from your spirituality and gave you a false sense of a God when God lives amongst you and within you. You don't question that shit at all, but you want to question a black man with some power.
Yeah, this is a special type of male-centered woman. So you know, we're starting to have some like very obvious signs of a male-centered woman. When a woman comes to you speaking on behalf of black men or any man, and she seems more upset than the men, just know she's male-centered. Okay. When people present conversations like this, I feel like they are right, Sherelle. And Sherelle said them same black men to drag her for wearing that wig she got on. This is the thing with the male censoredness. It knows no bounds. They don't have any common sense. They don't even understand. They're just so desperately trying to be seen by black men. They're so desperately trying to be approved of. They're just desperately seeking that male gaze, that male approval. They will say and do anything and still wake up and be the punching bag. Like, you see them fake eyelashes you got on, sis? And that wig you got on? Oh, they'll drag you for that. But you want to sit your dumb ass on the internet and attack women. Girl, shut the fuck up. And if nobody questioned the religion or the history books, then how would you be sitting up here saying the things you're saying? You have the whatever knowledge and information you have about those things is because somebody questioned those things. So shut your stupid ass up. I just do not like these people. Look, Tay Tay said, I notice a common pattern when it comes to women who are male censored. They always end up getting dog walks by a man. Every you know what's funny? And it's not funny because she a young girl and I feel bad for her. But you know who the most recent example was? Cooking with Kaya. Did you guys see how the men were using Cooking with Kaya as like a weapon against other women, right? And she played into that. You know, she was doing the whole you better cook for your man before I do, da da da, right? She played into it. Okay, cool. Guess what happened the minute she stepped out of line? The minute they didn't like how they saw her behave at a pool party and they felt like she did her boyfriend wrong, whatever it was, at the Streamers University, all of those men dragged her, turned on her, canceled her. Last time I seen her, she was kind of complaining about like not being able to make money or whatever it was, something like that. I can't remember, but O'Shea Duke Jackson had ended up covering it. Yeah, they drug her to filth. Like, so I don't know how many times these women gonna learn, but every time it's like the ones who and Cooking with Kaya wasn't like no serious like this kind of girl, but I be watching some of these panel shows, y'all, and I just be laughing to myself when I see these black women. They be going super hard, and it's like, yo, you are the exact the archetype of the type of black woman these niggas shit on. It's always the exact archetype. It's always a baby mama. No shades to baby mamas, but it's always a baby mama, or it's always somebody like her who got weave lashes and everything that they say they don't fucking like. So what that tells me is these women know they fit that archetype, and this is them auditioning. Like they're trying to prove themselves. They're trying to show these black men, like, look at me. I'm one of the good ones. Look at me. I'll attack the other black women for you. Look at me. Meanwhile, when they run your ass through the ringer, then you always want to come crawling back to the black women, and we got to patch you up and put band-aids on your busted coochie and your black eye and give you medicine and NyQuil and nurse you back to health and send you back out into the wilderness and hope that you don't become male-centered again, because we have a one rule policy. We only let you come back one time. You get one time. All right, you messed up, we will patch you back to health. But if you go out of this house again and you come and we see you doing that male-centered shit again, you're on your own. We don't want you, sis. You're gonna have to keep you and that male worship away from us because it can be contagious and we don't want it. Okay. INC says, I'm a woman-centered man, so I guess I would go with a male-centered woman. I'm thinking the D and Coochie are sold out to each other. I don't think a man should be woman-centered either. I don't. None of that is healthy, in my opinion. You are a man. Your life should be about, like, I don't know, doing man shit. Like, your life should not be like, oh, a woman is the center of my universe. Like, what the fuck? No. I don't know. I just don't understand any of that. You know, if that's what you do it. But yeah, some of that you have to be at some point, what's the word? At some point you have to be lying to yourself. Because you're a man, I'm a woman. Just fundamentally, even men that I get along great with, we do not agree on a lot of things, and we're not supposed to. We're different. We are wired different, right? I'm a woman. He's a man. There's always going to be fundamental disagreement because naturally we are not the same. Hey, fighter, which is fine, right? Hi, Gabe. That's all fine. We're not the same. When you see somebody who's the opposite of you, agree with everything you say and do, somebody's lying. That's funny. Venus, you are the center of my universe. I'm a Libra. I'm a Taurus. Venus is the center of my universe too. That's why my name is Venus. And speaking of Taurus, my birthday is in 2 days. Okay. Carlisle say you should be about your business, but we need each other. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I'm not telling women anything I wouldn't tell men. I would tell men the same thing. A woman, you're like, it's nice to have a woman. She's the love of your life and blah, blah, blah. But I thought men were supposed to have a purpose. Okay. There's still things you need to do as a man to maintain your manhood. Because let me tell y'all this is something I noticed from being in relationships. When men spend too much time around women, they get softer. And I think some of that is supposed to happen. But if you spend too much time around women and you never around other men, that I've seen that how that looks too, and it's not a good look. So if you are a man and you live with a woman, it's healthy for you to go hang out with some men sometimes. Because I'm telling you, y'all probably don't notice, but yeah, y'all do start becoming like, yeah, like some of that softness is only should be the woman. You don't need to be the super duper soft one all the damn time as the man. That's not that.
Some of you guys.
Okay, I think this is another male-centered. I could be wrong. I just clipped it. Let me play. See what she's saying.
Some of you guys don't like it when I say this, but the man sets the tone in the relationship from day one, whether people want to admit it or not. A woman responds to the environment that a man creates. If he's clear in his intentions, steady with his actions, grounded in who he is, guess what? She relaxes, she softens, and she feels safe enough to follow his lead. That is not weakness. That is biology and just a nervous system regulation. But when a man leads with mixed signals, hot one day, cold the next, uncertain about what he wants, emotionally inconsistent, guess what? She does not feel safe. So her body switches into survival mode. She becomes extremely guarded, hypervigilant, questioning everything, and emotionally exhausted. Not because she is too much, but because the container and foundation is unstable. Women do not want to lead men, whether they like to admit that or not. They don't want to. They respond to leadership, and leadership isn't loud. It is calm, firm, and super steady. Some of you guys don't.
Oh, okay. We're not going to call her male-centered because, wait, Sherelle, I actually agree with her. Y'all don't agree with her? I'm going to play it again because I didn't know where she was going. But as I listen to her, I think she's right. Sherelle, you think women set the foundation? The only reason I'm going to say I agree is because who's the person usually being like, well, what are we? A woman? What are we? She got to ask him 9 times out of 10. Now, I have had a man say that before, but 9 times out of 10, the woman is the one asking, well, what are we? Right? Because it's up to him. For real, for real. And she knows that. So I kind of agree with what she's saying. Let me play it again.
I don't like it when I say this, but the man sets the tone in the relationship from day one, whether people want to admit it or not. A woman responds to the environment that a man creates.
Okay, do we agree with that, ladies? A woman responds to the environment that a man creates. I think I agree with that. Wait, let me say it again. A woman responds to the environment that a man creates. Absolutely, I agree with her. Because look, we always talking about, I needed to feel safe. I don't feel safe. Why don't you feel safe, Sherelle? Because you are responding to the unstable environment that this man done put you in. Damn, she got a point. Hold on now.
If he's clear in his intentions, steady with his actions.
Clear in his intentions and steady with his actions. You know why the women don't feel safe? Because he's not clear in his intentions or steady with his damn actions. Every time you think everything's going good, he do some dumbass shit, and then now you questioning your life's decisions. Like, damn, every time I almost had some faith in your dumbass, you disappoint me. Why? I'm unstable because you're unstable.
Grounded in who he is. Guess what? She relaxes, she softens, and she feels safe enough to follow his lead.
This is a fact, Sherelle. You have to admit the truth. I know you want to be a thug so bad, Sherelle. I know. But you just gonna have to admit the truth, baby girl. You are gonna have to admit the truth. Okay? Because if a man you love tell you to sit your ass down, I believe you're gonna sit your ass down. So just stop.
That is not weakness. That is biology and just a nervous system regulation. But when a man leads with mixed signals, hot one day, cold the next, uncertain about what he wants, emotionally inconsistent, guess what? She does not feel safe. So her body switches into survival mode. She becomes extremely guarded, hypervigilant, questioning everything. And
This super guarded, hyper vigilant, questioning everything. Those things she just said reminds me of the type of woman that the men say they don't like when they be like, oh, she gotta question everything. What she's saying is true. The reason homegirl is questioning everything you're doing, sir, is because she's already seen your instability, your lack of focus, your inconsistencies. So now she's questioning everything because you're not nothing dependable about you. Like there's no consistency here, sir. We don't know what's happening. Okay. One day you want to wear boxer briefs, the next day you want to wear the loose boxers. Okay. One day you got the receding hairline. The next day you said you're gonna go bald, but then you didn't go bald, but then you came back with the receding hairline. So because you can't make any stable decisions, we can't trust you. Okay.
emotionally exhausted, not because she is too much, but because the container and foundation is unstable. Women do not want to lead men, whether they like to admit that or not. They don't want to. They respond.
Sherelle, why you said I'm pandering? Do you want to lead men? You want to lead a man? You do not want to lead men, Sherelle. Just stop. You don't want to lead them. Oh my God. Now I gotta be a panderer because I exposed you. Because I know if somebody that you actually was into was like, Sherelle, shut your ass up. You was gonna shut up. We would be able to hear a mouse taking a poop in the corner. You would shut all the way up. That's what you would do.
On to leadership, and leadership isn't loud. It is calm, firm, and super steady. Some of you guys.
Leadership isn't loud. It is calm, firm, and super stable. Okay. Amen. Hero said, you delusional. Nobody telling me to shut up. I'm not no submissive bitch. Yes, you are. Just stop it. God damn. I told you I can't wait for the day. Oh, I can't wait. It's okay, Sherelle. We know. We know you think you're a thug and everything. We understand. It's okay. It's okay, baby girl. What else is going on? Let me play this right here. Let's hear it from a man. Because sometimes the men be having to check the other men for being slow. Elite Belzo, she crazy. Don't laugh. She is crazy, girl. She don't want to lead no man. She knows she don't want to lead no man. No woman wants to lead men. Men think that women are being like the aggressive, assertive, take charge because they want to lead you. Nobody want to lead you, niggas. Nobody wants that job. When you see women behave that way around you, she does not have confidence in you, sir. You have proven yourself to be irresponsible in some way, unreliable in some way. And so because she's now clocked your T, she doesn't want to be disappointed anymore. So she will overcompensate and take charge and start doing things herself because she doesn't want to ask you and get disappointed again. She's tired of being disappointed. So she just started taking charge. That's actually what happened, just so y'all know. He loved you. That's why, girl. Women, that's the only reason when y'all be so mad about women. Oh, she just want to take charge. No, she don't. She realized she with a bitch ass nigga who don't take charge. Okay, that's what really happened. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what happens. It says God sends women to men to help heal them. Let's hear from this guy. I don't know who he is, but I like what he was saying.
Y'all be out here resenting women that God sent into your life to heal your silly ass, to help your stupid ass.
Oh, wait, let me play it again. I like what it says.
Y'all be out here resenting women that God sent into your life to heal your silly ass, to help your stupid ass. Yep. You get your ego involved, and the next thing you know, you're looking at her like she's this evil masculine bitch, when crazy enough, God knew you couldn't pay your motherfucking bills, so he sent somebody who could help you. And it might sound crazy. You need to get on your shit. Crazy enough, like yeah, I mean, I guess, that's societal programming and all this type of stuff, but you should be able to take care of yourself, right? But if God sends you your helpmate and you say no to your helpmate because of your struggle, but the only reason you're in the struggle is because you keep denying your help, it's just like a whole twisted ass perspective, to be honest with you. Y'all be out here
Sherelle, do you want the link? Because I'm what are y'all talking about? I'm not even reading that, Carlisle. She said, remember what happened with Moses? Bitch never made it to the promised land. Keep following these niggas. Hello? Let my people go. Okay? You ain't gonna never go. You ain't gonna never go.
sending women that God sent into your life to heal your silly ass, to help your stupid ass.
Oh, you know what this makes me think of, Sherelle? Remember you was telling me that story about that finesse two-tongue rapper who said when he was in jail, fat women were sending him commissary. And then I think it was Gilly, whoever the host was like, you should appreciate those women, right? Because they was helping you when you was down on your worst. And he said, nah, fuck them fat bitches or something like that. But those are the only people who was there for him when he was in jail, sending him money. And he got free. And he said, fuck them fat bitches. This is exactly what this man is talking about right here. God will send you people who will help you. And look how you do them.
Y'all be out here resenting women that God sent into your life to heal your silly ass, to help your stupid ass. Yep. You get your ego involved, and the next thing you know, you're looking at her like she's this evil masculine bitch, when crazy enough, God knew you couldn't.
Evil masculine bitch, okay? So you were the one who had the tenacity, the wherewithal. You had it in you to go get that money, to go to work, to provide. And then you, woman, break your back, okay? And then spend your hard earned money on someone who does not appreciate it, doesn't value you, still treat you horribly, and your ass still sitting there wanting to do it. Why? You are male centered.
Pay your motherfucking bills, so he sent somebody who could help you. And it might sound crazy. You need to get on your shit. Crazy enough, like yeah, I mean, I guess, that's societal programming and all this type of stuff, but you should be able to take care of yourself, right? But if God sends you your helpmate and you say no.
So guess what? Guess what I decided, y'all, for the 99 and the 2000. I don't have no more help to give. Okay. Yes, Sherelle, Black women are not rehabilitation centers for broken men. Go to therapy. This is where I'm at. Okay, this is where I'm at. Black women, if you grow up where, like I said earlier, there's already a deficit when it comes to male leadership in the home, male protection, the appropriate love, attention, the male gaze that little girls want from maybe their father figure. Um, if you already are a girl coming up in that, then who turns into a woman? At what point does the Black woman get to rest in her femininity? At what point does the Black man become her safe space? When does that happen? The little girl who already had to grow up in a deficit now has to become the backbone. You know how offensive that is? Every time I ever hear people be like, oh, the women are the backbone. The backbone. Do you guys know what the backbone is? Let me educate y'all. Do y'all know what the first thing in the womb is created when a baby is being created in the mommy's stomach? Y'all know what it is? The spinal cord. That's how important that shit is. That's the first thing. That nervous system, okay? The spinal cord, that's the first thing that starts to develop when the fetus is trying to turn, when it's a zygote and a fetus, whatever the order is, when it's trying to become a damn person, okay? That spinal cord. The backbone is so important. It is the most important thing. And women gotta be the backbone of the community? Huh? So what are the men? We're the backbone and they're the what? The pinky toe? What are you? Absolutely the hell not. Look, Tay Tay said, Sherelle. Tay Tay said, I'm all out of help, respectfully. Sherelle said, help these nuts. I agree. Help these nuts. We don't have the Black Women Rehabilitation Center is closed. It is closed. We don't have no more help to give. We don't have no more EBT to give out. We don't have no more Section 8 to give out. We don't have no more WIC checks to give y'all. We don't have no more couches to sleep on. We don't have no more places to stay for you niggas. Oh, I just need somewhere to take a shower. Can I? We don't have no more showers. We don't have nothing. Sherelle, no, we the head too. We everything. I don't give a damn. No, they not the head. They ain't thinking with their heads. They thinking with the little heads downstairs instead of the upstairs. Okay. Yes, Tay Tay. Can we talk about the ungratefulness in the community? She said, you try to help these niggas. She said with a C, nicka. Just for them to turn around and look you in the face and tell you, you ain't never did nothing for me. Or even worse. You ever heard somebody say, well, ain't nobody asked you to do all that? ah. Oh, man. INC, use a goddamn lie. He said heterosexual men don't want to be helped or rehabilitated or follow behind any woman. Use a lie. Use a goddamn lie. First of all, you know how many panels, shows, hoes, bros, and different area codes that I've seen talk about, oh, why do you think they get mad when women want 6-figure earners? Why do you think that is? Why do they get mad when she says, I don't want a coffee date? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they get mad when she says $50,000? $40? What's that? Why do you think the men get mad? They don't want to be helped or rehabilitated. But every conversation around here is about getting Black women to lower her standards and lower her self-esteem. As if it isn't already low. They want it even lower. Like, why do you think they're doing that, INC? Yes, Tay just ungrateful. Please, he can't even be seen as a man in those scenarios. So why would a woman really think a man wants to be in that role? Y'all be in that role all the time. If I go to the projects right now, those apartments belong to the women. But is men living in there? Those girls who got Section 8, those vouchers are in their names. But as men all up and through their shit paying $17 a month, okay? You're not gonna like BS me, okay? I'm from the hood. I know exactly what goes on. That dinner he eating, she bought with all her food stamps. All they do is mooch off women. Stop it already. And we could take it outside of the hood because then we could go into the statistic of who was purchasing and owning the most homes. It was women. It wasn't men. So INC, I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but you're wrong. The men are not menning. They're not. Hi, Travel One. How you doing? I'm in here women for us, girl. Let me see this. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't have no particular order. I just bookmark a bunch of shit. So we going on this adventure together. Okay. Hit the like button for me, please, guys.
I now cancel, collapse, and dissolve.
It says feminine urge to revoke access. The women are done. Okay. The women are finished. They're done. Finito. Complete.
I now cancel, collapse, and dissolve every contract, agreement, and energetic tie that was formed in confusion, fear, survival, or distortion. Anything that has had access to me without my full conscious consent is now revoked. Anything that has taken from me, fed on me, watched me, or interfered with my path loses access immediately. What is not mine is removed. What was taken is returned. Clean, whole, undistorted. My field is closed to manipulation. My life is closed to interference. Only what honors me remains.
Only what honors me remain. I'm going to play this again. This is a PSA for all the Black women. Okay? Because nobody ever... I feel like Black women are so powerful, just like energetically, vibrationally, spiritually. We are just so powerful, and everybody secretly knows this, and that's why they're always trying to like knock us down. But if we could just get away from, detach from, separate from any problematic energies and like really clear ourselves of the bad energy, then we could truly like just do our thing and flourish and be great. Okay, I'm gonna try to listen to what she's saying.
Cancel, collapse, and dissolve every contract, agreement, and energetic tie that was formed in confusion, fear, survival, or distortion.
Cancel any contracts, any energetic contract that was formed in fear, confusion, any energy you were in and you got into any agreement, cut it off. Okay. And that's not just about relationships. That's just in general. That's, you could have people in your life who are like parasitic to you, who are damaging to you, who are damaging your self-esteem, making you feel less than, keeping you in a state of worry, anguish, sadness, any of that. Okay, it could be a damn family member. I don't care. Get that energy away from you. Okay, that is blocking us from being able to really just step into our fullness and be great. Because I really feel for Black women. Like we really have it rough. And you think that when you get older, you're going to meet a great guy and he's going to be a protector and he's going to be a stand-up man and he's going to have your back and he's going to be... But unfortunately, we seeing like that's not the situation. These niggas done went online and turned Black women into the enemy. So it's just more unprotection and, you know, lack of love, lack of security, lack of protection, lack of leadership, lack of having a true, connected, deep spiritual bond, which I believe you're supposed to have with the man you love. I believe you're supposed to be connected on like a deeper level. Like it ain't just about sex. Yes, we like sex. Yes, we like being around each other, but the bond surpasses all of that. This is in my mind what I thought men and women are supposed to have with each other, like a true connection, okay, that transcends the physical, obvious physical attraction, okay? But when you're blocked up energetically and you have all this toxicity in and around you, and then you're dealing with toxic ass people, you know, the antennas aren't antennaing. It can't work. We can't connect. We can't get on the same channel. It's just not working. So because we can't do that, I at least want Black women to do it for themselves, okay?
Anything that has had access to me without my full conscious consent is now revoked. Anything that has taken from me, fed on me, watched me, or interfered with my path loses access immediately.
Anything that interfered with my path loses access immediately. We got to start moving expeditiously around this bitch. We don't have no more time to waste. We don't have time to play. We don't have time to have the same conversations with the same people over and over. You keep telling this man, hey, When you do this, and this, it makes me feel like this, and this, and this, and he keep on doing that shit. We don't have time to keep repeating ourselves. Okay. You keep saying you're gonna get a better job, but you ain't doing shit to get the better job. Stop repeating yourself. Like, it's action time, okay? You said you was gonna stop drinking, you ain't stopped drinking. Stop repeating yourself. It's action time, okay?
What is not mine is removed. What was taken is returned. Clean, whole, undistorted. My field is closed to manipulation.
My field is closed. Ladies, this need to be an affirmation. My field is closed to manipulation.
My life is closed to interference.
My life is closed to interference.
Only what honors me remains.
Only what honors me remains. Okay, honor me, ho. Or you gotta go. It's as simple as that. Man is action. Hi, we unlock INC, please. I think you are delusional. INC, are you a married man? I need to know. Are you married? Because you just... Okay, y'all, wait. I gotta find this video because people want to know why the birth rates are declining. The women have closed up the shop. The women do not want to have your babies. There was one woman who was being candid about her reason. Oh, here she is. So I need the men to know, like, all these podcast bros, these gender war conversations, this is the effect you have on the women. Look at her.
I like kids. I love kids. They love me back. I live in fear there. That's where I live in fear at. I fear that. I couldn't imagine raising a kid by myself, or I couldn't imagine raising a kid with a partner that just wouldn't consider me or loves me or treats me the way that some of the women I've seen.
Keyword, some of the women I've seen. We seen y'all. We seen our friends get pregnant, and we seen how niggas just up and disappeared on them, or did the bare minimum on them, or changed on them. And we seen how we get on this internet and how these men talk about the mothers of their own children. See the words I've seen on the screen right there? I've seen. The other women see that, and then we go, oh, hell no. I don't want nobody doing that shit to me. Guess I won't be popping out no children.
Be treated. That would break my heart. Like, that's a fear of mine. I'm fearful of that, of choosing the wrong person. That's a real fear of mine. Because this isn't something you could go back on. Once you have a baby, there's no erasing it. You can't give it back. You're a mom now forever and in the afterlife. I fear it. I think it's beautiful. And to the women that do it, I commend them. They're heroes. They really make the world go round. And I think my experiences created this fear for me. And
the women are walking around in fear, y'all. Walking around in fear. Because of y'all.
This is why I'm healing on this platform out loud, so that I can get over my fear. I like kids. I love kids.
So I'm sure this is not the only reason, but one of the main reasons women are not wanting to have kids anymore is because they're afraid to. That's legit a real thing. The women are afraid to have kids because you could look up on, especially as a Black woman, you could look up on every other show and see that single moms getting blamed for everything. Then the women who don't have kids are going to be logical and go, well, why would I want to be a single mom? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. So I wonder if they had the foresight to think this through when they decided to get up on all social media platforms and bash women for being moms. I'm just wondering if they knew that it would have this effect to where now women don't even want to be moms anymore. Like, this is how damaging these men have been. Like, they're responsible for why the birth rates are down. They've literally scared the women into not wanting to be mothers anymore. I don't think that's ever been a thing in history to to the level it's at right now. We unlock. You gotta stop apologizing for all the black men. You're not responsible for all the black men do. They're responsible for what they do. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, but yeah, I just wonder when they would decided to paint this narrative about the single moms being the scum of the earth and the black women ain't they're horrible moms. Did they have the foresight to understand that they would literally scare women out of wanting to be mothers? Like we live in think about it. Today we live in a society where women are afraid to become mothers. Okay, and I'm speaking as one of those women. When women make a decision that they don't want to have children, that's usually a decision that's made out of a bad, like something bad. It's never a positive reason a woman would make that decision. But now we have the most women we've ever had in one generation intentionally deciding not to reproduce. But again, these are the leaders who's supposed to have foresight, but don't seem to ever think through any of the consequences or the results of their actions. So it's like you kind of like you win the battle, but you lose the war kind of thing. Like, okay, you're winning the online propaganda game, but in real life, the women are looking like, oh, hell no, I'm not having kids with these niggas at all. So you kind of lose the war. Because trying to berate people to death and spreading propaganda about them is not a way to correct anyone. It really ain't, especially women. Women are just gonna adapt. Like that woman said, what did she say? I'm afraid. She just kept using the word fear. I fear. Yes, she's like, I seen and I fear. I seen how you did my friends. I seen how you did women in my family, and I am afraid that will happen to me. So I don't want no kids. The men that scared the women out of wanting to have fucking kids. And the other men are suffering because it, but y'all won't check each other. So, whatever.
I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Meg Thee Stallion. I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Megan Thee Stallion. I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Meg Thee Stallion.
I had to put that in there just because I thought it was funny. Hi, Genesis. How you doing? Oh, my goodness. Genesis, do you hate white supremacy as much as you hate Meg Thee Stallion? We need to know. What is this right here?
How are you to tell?
Oh, y'all, this girl had a poem about how the black men's made her feel. Let's give this poem some shine. Listen to her, y'all.
I hate when black boys say, I don't like black bitches. I hate black bitches. I want my bitch foreign. I don't want an Lexus or a Mercedes or a Tamika. I want a La Cienega or a Lauren. Maybe a Helga, possibly a Becky. I mean, you pretty for a black girl, but I want my babies to have good hair and pretty eyes. That's what he told me. Like he forgot that the woman who had 8 hours of contractions and was in labor for another 12 is black. And his mother's mother is black. And his sisters and his aunts are black too. Shit. I think he forgot that he was the blackest nigga sitting in this room. Why should I feel more love from the descendants of my slave masters before I feel love by the man who created this earth with me? I started tripping like, do I need bleaching cream? Do I start with my skin? Can I dissect and tear myself apart and pull out the bad genes from within like, maybe I'm too loud? Or I might be too strong. But that's something I inherited from my ancestors that had to raise whole families on slave farms. I had to nurse little Bills and take care of little Toms. And by the time they were 10, they were spitting in our face and lynching the next day Sean's. He said, I don't like black bitches.
You know what? This is actually making me sad the more I think about it because I just keep hearing the word strong, strong, strong. And then she's even addressing like not being wanted by her own men because the men who look like her, who have the same genotype, phenotype, don't find that genotype, phenotype of appealing. So it just makes me sad for women. Like all of it. It's like, damn, she looked like she holding back tears saying her little poem. And even this, right? This is her. She wants male acceptance. She wants the male gaze. She wants male validation. And so she particularly wants it from her own people, which is a normal thing. But the fact that we're in a day and age where it's almost abnormal to expect your people to want you. Like the fact that think about this, guys. The fact that it's normal for a black man to say, I don't like black women, right? That's that sentence would usually come from somebody who's not black. Like, because it's not normal in any group for any group of people to not like their own. That's not a normal behavior. So when you even hear somebody saying they don't like someone and they speak on race, it's usually someone outside of that race. But in our culture, it's like very much in the race. Yeah, she was about to cry. You can tell this really hurt her little heart. And I just feel for black women because black women really do be wanting to be with black men. But like, how many times? What is this?
And I say something really mean, is that okay? Because I'm about to say something really mean. Okay, just checking in. I'm so exhausted with living in a country full of stupid people. It's it's not a good thing. I mean, look at what the fuck they put in the Oval Office. Oh my God, you have to literally be a fucking moron to support this. This man has done the type of damage to this country that will not be. It cannot be undone for the most part, but the other stuff that can at least be adjusted will take decades. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people being laid off like every other fucking day. Negative job growth. Privatizing everything, selling off our public services, or at least attempting to, breaking them down and trying to sell them off to like private companies. Companies raising prices, lowering wages, and laying people off. The fucking destruction of the petrodollar, which if you don't know, our dollar is backed by the fact that oil is traded or was traded in USD. We don't have that, or at least we're not about to, because the fucking dumbass in chief decided to wage a war that nobody asked for without the permission of Congress. And I don't know. There are still stupid people who support this shit. And I just feel like maybe I was born into the wrong setting. Because all of us can't be agreeing that this is horrible, but like we all know at least 4 people who are too stupid to pay attention. The economy is shit. I'm a licensed therapist, and I cannot tell you the overwhelming amount of clients that I have that I'm seeing at way discounted. And this is because it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but way discounted rates because they've been laid off. The economy is shit. They don't have health insurance. I can't tell you how much. I don't even know how I'm gonna pay my bills half the fucking time because I would rather like actually support people when we're going through this bullshit. But oh my fucking God, it's getting harder because the saxophone is getting loud. The saxophone is getting loud because people are fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I know maybe I'm not woke enough that I'm saying it, but I'm so tired of living with you fucking idiot. And
I just feel like that was my spirit animal for the day. Thank you for saying what I've been wanting to say. I don't I don't want to take this show to the political route right now because I'm gonna do something on Trump the next show because I have a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about with Trump. But I do want to say because he was keying in on that word idiot. I do it when people don't understand things. It's kind of like talking to a wall. Like I just thought about it as I was about to speak. Like I could say it till I'm blue in the face, but if they don't understand, they don't understand. Like, and if they don't want to understand, they don't want to understand. So what do? I feel like him, like just very much frustrated that so many people exist that are just man. I don't know what you call this. I don't know what you call this, but it's like most people are under some sort of real life mind control where they're just not thinking or they're not thinkers. They talk way more than they think, and that's obvious. They don't listen at all. Uh, they just kind of listen to respond. They don't really receive information and then run it through some type of a filter in their head, try to make sense of it. They're just gonna tell you you're wrong about Trump, right? It's like it is just ignorance is a very hard thing to compete with, whether they're intentionally being ignorant or they truly are ignorant. Either way, that's a very clever place to live if you don't want to ever acknowledge anything. All you have to do is either really be dumb or play dumb, and we are living in a combination of the two at all times. And I really mean it. I really mean, like, if you line 10 people up on average, I feel like two of them are going to have common sense. Like today, today's, I really believe that. Two out of every 10 people have common sense. The rest of them, I don't know what they have. INC, what are you talking about? Black women don't seem to know how to set up a scenario, or at least a positive one, for all the right reasons. A good situation can be set up and curated. Yeah, yes, we do. And you know what happened every time we do? We let one of you niggas in and fuck the whole shit up. I'm glad you said that because I got a lady, where's she at, who just talked about this very thing. Is this it?
Don't ask me.
There was a lady who was just talking to us about how we needed to set up some financial things for ourselves. And you guys got to think about this. Why are women even having to come to each other? Okay. I thought the men were the leaders, but the women are coming to each other now, trying to figure out how to financially save each other. Look at this.
I don't know if white women do this because I'm not white and I don't have white girlfriends, but Black women, we need to do more discussions around money. And when I say Black women need to talk about money more, I'm not even just talking about salary, because having conversations about what you make in a particular market, say you work in the same market, I know that it's uncomfortable, but it's really important that we talk about the kind of money that we're making so we know what to ask for and what to expect and what to negotiate. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about Black women talking about money when it comes to what we paid on a house, how we leveraged it, a new business. Is it worth it? Are you really making money on it? What kind of are you breaking even? Like those kind of conversations. And those are conversations that Black women need to have with each other that are transparent. Like it can't be no ego, because we can't learn from each other if we don't know. If we don't know if it makes sense for us to do, because we only know what we see, right? I just had lunch with my girlfriend, and we were talking about business, and we were talking about money, and we were talking about debt, and we were talking about things honestly. And I feel like Black women who are friends and are cool should have more transparent conversations about money, because all it does is help us. That's all. It doesn't hurt us. All it does is help us. And she was like, hey, I see that you're doing this. What do you think about it? No, don't do it, girl. don't do it. And same for her. I asked her like, oh, how is this going? You think it makes sense? Like just having real conversations about money, what I did with this, what I didn't do with this, what I wish I knew. I just feel like it's super helpful if Black women are talking on a fundamental level about money. Because why not? I don't know if white women do this because.
But just think about what that says about the men. The women are looking to each other for everything: financial advice, community building. Oh, how can we protect ourselves? Oh, how can we do this? How can we do that? Like, men are really dropping the ball. I'm sorry, not sorry, but y'all are. Y'all really are. And then Black women are doing what they've always done, which is adapt. Because what other choice do they have? So it's like Black women get put in a position where they have to adapt and survive and then channel their quote unquote masculine and live in their independence, but then be told you're masculine. But like when you leave people for dead, they're going to do what they have to do to survive. He said, then y'all go be celibate and choose nobody. You know that's not happening. The people like sex. The good Black men can't win because the good Black women won't be hungry and thirsty for him like she does for the other guy. I just feel Black women have to actually have sex for good reasons. Pardon me. What? Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you need somebody to be hungry and thirsty for you? What is all of that?
I find Black women the most.
Listen, let me show you something, INC. This where the Black women about to go. Look at this.
I find Black women the most extraordinary beings on the planet. I mean, like, look at all of this mess that we're living in right now. Only Black women were collective against it. Like, they're the only voting demographic that, like, didn't fail us. Everyone else was like, oh, here and there. Like, Latinos failed us, of course. So many Latinos who just, like, turned back on their own people. So many Black men who turned on their own people. Many Asians, but Black women didn't. We're so special. We just owe so much to them. And I honestly, I could not imagine my life, but not just my life, but the world without them. I think it would be a very sad place. You see, that's rough, because like, how does one mom explain to their kid, you might be hated just because you have a different skin? I still don't know that. And I never received an answer to this question. It made me understand what Black mom needs to do. I grew up knowing when I see police that I'm safe. Black mom needs to explain to their children that they're not safe from police. Such a heavy position to be in, but you know, that's why they're so special, because of what they had to go through.
Yeah, that's why they don't want to have no kids. That's another reason why. Black women, stop giving your money to the church. Just a thought. Listen, don't worry about what Black women do with their money. Okay. Are you funding any Black women currently, Jay? Are you doing that? Are there any Black women asking you for money? If they're not, then you need not to worry about what we do with our coin. That's our business. Okay. Y'all don't be helping with nothing, but be having all of the opinions in the damn world about what somebody should do with their money. Meanwhile, you can't even tell us the last time you gave a woman any money. Oh, this is a good one about decensoring men. Y'all made me get distracted. I was supposed to be talking about decensoring men. This conversation been all over the place, but I am sleepy, so.
Decenter men, but also decenter friends that haven't decentered men. Cause they, oh my God, everything's about a man. Does he like me? No! Decenter men, but also decenter friends that haven't decentered men. Cause they, oh my God, everything's about a man. Does he like me? No!
Okay, so he said that with his entire chest. Okay, so not only do you have to decensor the men, apparently you got to decensor the friends who still censor men, because everything's about a man. Now, this is true. I'm going to tell y'all a real story without getting too deep. But this is true. If you're not that kind of woman and you try to be in community with women who are like that, you guys will not get along because they, like I said, women who center men have to lie to themselves at some point. And women who don't, we don't lie because we don't have to. So when you're the honest one and you're talking to someone who's trying to maintain her delusion, she will argue you down tooth and nail just to convince you about why she's being treated fucked up in her relationship. Like, that's what it really be. You'll say a statement just in general about something you find problematic with men, and that one woman who wants to jump up and defend that problematic thing, let me tell y'all something, ladies. She's really defending her current situation. She's really defending her piece of shit ass man. But she can't say that. So you sit up there talking your regular ish about a certain issue you have with a man or men or whatever it is, and it could be something problematic, like, and then when you see a woman wanting to come argue with you tooth and nail about why some obviously problematic behavior is somehow okay in her mind and justified in her mind because she's trying to rationalize her real life decisions. And so when you speak the truth, you're disrupting the delusion she's telling herself to keep her ass in that fucked up relationship. So now she wants to fight you because she's really trying to convince herself that her situation is okay. That's really what be going on. And it took me a little while to see that. But that's really what it is, with some of these male-centered women. I really think when you can acknowledge that you are around one of them as a woman, get away from them. I'm telling you, that type of woman is not anybody's friend. Think about it. She's betraying herself. Okay? She can't be your friend. She's not her own friend. If a woman could convince herself to let somebody mistreat her, she's not her own friend. She can't be a good friend to anybody. She's not a good friend to herself. So when you see people like that woman I showed y'all earlier who want to come on here and curse women out, anytime y'all see any of these bitches on panels, when they come up there and they want to curse women out and they want to go super hard, they want to argue with you and tell you why it's okay for a man to cheat on you. You should expect a man to cheat on you and you should allow it. When you hear women start talking stupid shit like that, and you know and I know and we all know women do not agree with that shit at all. But when you see a woman that far gone to where she convinced she had to brainwash herself to go along with that fuck shit just to stay connected to that piece of shit ass man. Now she on the internet trying to guilt trip and shame and brainwash you into doing it too. You got to get away from women like that. That's the type of woman who will know a man raped you and she'll sit there and gaslight you and tell you it was your fault. Why were you dressed like that? When they start talking like men, they're dangerous. Get away from them. I'm sorry. They ain't nobody friends. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hi, Rilla. Thank you for Rilla came through with the gifted memberships. Let me play that song for Rilla. Rilla saved y'all because I have to go in on these male-centered hoes. Okay, and I ain't done with y'all.
bags where the bag is. Nigga off the block who be
Sorry, y'all. I had stepped away for a minute. Thank you, Chicago Rilla, for the 5 memberships. I really appreciate it. Maintain it if you can, guys. But yeah, y'all cannot trust women like that. Women, you cannot trust a woman like that. I'm telling you, cannot. I really be disturbed watching some of these panels, like, and these women be going super hard and like really convincing. But like we said earlier, those be the ones who really get the biggest humiliation you ever seen, because they really buy into this stuff and they really be selling it, and they become a victim every time. Every time. I'm never getting on the internet convincing other women to be okay with being cheated on. Okay, whatever you do in your bedroom, that's not my business. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Some women are okay with certain arrangements, and that's fine. That's not my business. But I'm never gonna get up and be the advocate for men. Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, oh my gosh. I was watching a video of Cynthia G earlier, and they were reacting to something, and this lady was up there like, yeah, women cheat on men more than men cheat. Women are diabolical. The only reason men are bad is because women are breaking their hearts and turning them into bad men. She had every talking point you've ever heard a man say was coming out of her mouth. And I was like, hi, Strata. And I'm like, Douglas, nobody even talking to you. Shut up. He's like, we not trying to trust them. I'm talking to black women, white man. What do you know? You don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just saying, when you see them like that, y'all cannot trust them. Okay, you cannot trust them. You cannot. Yeah, they're deceitful and they're dangerous, and they're dangerous to themselves and everybody else. But let them be a danger to themselves, but not you. Get from around them. Let me see if I had anything else. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I feel like I got distracted messing with the damn chat. Douglas, you said you're trying to get chocolate. Listen, black women are over y'all too. We've moved on. We're not doing black or white men anymore. We're gonna try like Asian men or something else. We're done with all of y'all. American men collectively, y'all can all go, okay?
I remember being
This says the exhaustion of reasoning with men.
a younger woman thinking that if I could just reason with men, if I could just convince men, if I could just model the values that I want the men of the world to adopt or whatever, then I would be able to somehow enact a change in their behavior and in the culture I was living in. And it was exhausting and so disheartening. And I see this every time something horrible like that CNN investigation drops. There's a lot of grief among women and a lot of sadness and a lot of genuine distress and heartbreak. And those are entirely rational responses to it. But then that distress and hurt got compounded by the way that men reacted to it and how women got sucked into that choreographed dance over and over again, where the men are just running circles around them, forcing them to do like intellectual labor of justifying themselves and trying to perform for those men to convince them to respect their intellect and all of that. And you can just bypass all of that and be ridiculous instead. And it is such a relief. I remember being a younger woman.
I don't know if you guys picked that up because she kind of talked in one long run-on sentence and she has an accent. But she's speaking about something I personally see on panels all the time, where like the delusion of thinking that, and it's not even just a woman to woman thing. I see it with men in general on panels. No matter how much information you provide, no matter how much truth you tell, no matter how much evidence you show, there's this like dedication to intentionally not understanding you, right? So just mentally that is exhausting, and you can get sucked into like a pattern, a loop of, because at first no one is walking the earth expecting other people to intentionally be that way. So you'll think, oh, okay, maybe I didn't explain myself right, maybe they didn't understand, maybe I could just reason with them. No, you can't reason with certain people. And all they're doing is keeping you in a mental loop of insanity. Because you're trying to figure out all these different ways on how to convince somebody who was never really going to be receptive to what you said in the first place. Like the goal is to more to like keep you in the game. I just realized like today's day and today why can't I talk? In today's society, at least from what we could see, I don't think it's everybody, but like from what we could see, the truth does not matter. And we could see that in religion. We look at the leaders of the church and what goes on there. We could see that in politics with the propaganda games. We see both sides of the fence playing. We can see that in men and women dynamics, especially with the men. Like these are some of the most dishonest people I've ever seen. So overall, the truth does not matter. So if you're any woman or man walking around here trying to be a logical being and just live in truth and deal in facts, you will be almost driven crazy because everyone else is existing in this passive aggressive, never acknowledge any direct questions, be fake on purpose, say whatever they need to say, but not really tell the truth about anything. Like trying to coexist in a culture that where that is normalized is very exhausting. Very exhausting. So I don't know. I just feel for the people in society today.
Decentering.
Let's see what she's talking about. She wants to desensitive man. Let me see.
Men, Church Girl Edition, Part 2. Now, before we get into this, I want to say this. Decentering men is not about attracting men. It's not about attracting men because who cares? The purpose of decentering men is to remove men, the idea of men, the idea of dating with them, being with them, marrying them from the center of your focus and replacing that center with yourself. You are the sun. Everyone in your life revolves around you. Your solar system should have you in the center, not a man. That is what decentering men is about. Now, you can be married, you can be dating, you can be in a serious relationship and still decenter men, okay? So I just wanted to clarify that. We're not dropping these gems and having these conversations to be able to attract, okay? It's about us. It's about our healing and it's about our wholeness. Now, I told y'all in the last video, I put my toe in the water just a little bit. But today, I want to go a little bit deeper. Last time, we talked about these steps, some key steps to decentering men as a church girl, okay? Today, I want to talk about why it's dangerous if you do not. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone that made you feel like the relationship was transactional? It could have been a friend. It could have been a romantic lover, a family member, whoever. It seemed like they only responded to you, only showed you love or whatever the case may be if you first performed for it, right? If you brought your benefits to the table first. You remember how that felt? That's how God feels when we worship him just for a husband. That's how God feels when we pray, go to church, read our Bible, do all the good girl things just to get a man. This is what I like to coin the genie in the bottle theology. The genie in the bottle theology says that God is basically our genie. Whatever we want, when we want it, how we want it, all we have to do is do a little bit of prayer, a little bit of fasting that rubs the bottle and poof, here's God. And I'll grant you 3 wishes. What you view as relationship is really performance to God. You're being performative. Anytime you only worship or extend love, adoration, and do things in order to get something from God, that is performative in nature. And the Bible says we should worship God in spirit and in truth. So my question to you is,
How you live in a lie and expect God to commune with you? Just like that person who was using you in that relationship that was transactional, you knew when they wanted something because they would come around and say the right things, they would do the right things, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. You think you fooling God, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who put you here? You think you're fooling him? I'm scared of you. God is not our genie. He is our heavenly father. And you know what fathers have? Character. You know what fathers have? Characteristics. Fathers have complexities. And fathers have hurts. Fathers have pains. Fathers have grievances. And one thing that grieves the heart of God is when we perform for him rather than communing with him. And I will say that it's not all our fault. Some of these systemic.
Okay, she kind of long winded, but the point was decentering men is not about hating men. It's not about not dating them or not dealing with them, not marrying them, not having kids. That's not what decentering men is. The whole thing is, like I started the show with, a man should not be your number one central focus and reason for living and doing and being. Like, I don't think that's normal on either side, nor is it healthy. And in a patriarchy, which we're in, I don't care what nobody says, and you're a woman, especially being male centered, makes no sense per the definition. Her God is a male. I'm lost. Why do you think God is what you are? You're a male. God is much bigger and much more powerful than you. God is not what you are. Okay. Power ZMK. Are you a girl or a guy? I never seen that page before. Okay, I think I have one more thing and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to come back on, I think Wednesday. I think maybe. Well, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna definitely do a part 2 on the male centeredness because there's a lot to discuss. Her God is a male. She's still lost. I think you're saying I think you're trying to say God is what? The feminine? Some people believe that. Yeah, got it. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 to this because I feel like I have more to say, but I got kind of like mixed up and caught up. And I'm sorry, I had a long day, y'all. But the patriarchy, the male centeredness, all of these concepts, ideologies, cultures, if you will, are have things that are very dangerous and problematic to women that are like ingrained, that are problematic, that we need to really pay attention to and kind of do away with some of it. So when damn, I got thrown off. What was I gonna say? Okay, so yes, the deconstruction. That's what's happening right now. People are deconstructing the patriarchy, deconstructing Christianity. People are deconstructing male centeredness. Right? People are challenging societal norms, cultural norms, for like in droves now. Like I see a lot of content about that, and I think it's a good thing. I don't believe that like everything is going to be completely canceled. That's just not real life. But some of these concepts, some of these normalized ideas and cultures and the way we look at life and the way we do things need to be reevaluated. Because if we think about it long enough, we don't agree with half of this stuff. And it's like old school thinking, a lot of it. A lot of it is very much old school. Societies were just getting started and people had to make things make sense, and they did that the best way they could, or the best way that benefited them. But like in today's age, a lot of things have changed since the time these societal norms were created and made norms. Now, some of it, like Fighter said yesterday, some of it might be natural selection, some of it might be just nature and the way things, some of it, right? I do agree with that. But like some of this stuff is not has nothing to do with a natural selection. A lot of this stuff is unnatural and strategic is what it is. So with that being said, you guys have a good night. I will catch y'all hopefully sometime within the next 48 hours. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Bye y'all. Oh wait, I want to read this. Powers MK says patriarchy teaches women that they are beneath men, and it is a culture of misogyny. Male father God religions are a tool of oppression. Stop worshiping males. Women are the original. Males are mutants. You sound like somebody I know. Okay, have fun in Barcelona, Riaz. Just my opinion, but you have so many people getting in front of a camera and pushing shock value points to generate buzz. What does that mean, Magnetar? You think it's wrong that people are challenging the idea of Christianity or patriarchy or male-centeredness? You think that's a bad thing that people are doing that? I think it's a good thing that people are doing that. Because if you really think about it, most of the ideas that you have were not a choice for you. They were given to you. Okay? You were indoctrinated and conditioned, just like all of us, into a certain society where this is just what it is, and we've all accepted that. And I mean, that's what happens in general in societies. But my point is, that doesn't mean that everything they told you was right. It doesn't mean that everything they conditioned you with was right. Okay, so I'm asking. You said no, not what I said. Okay, so what are you referring to when you say you think there's too many people getting in front of a camera and pushing shock value points to generate buzz? So what are the things they're saying to push for shock value? Sorry, y'all. Either way, it's something to think about. I'm saying it's a bunch of loud talk with extreme points. And next thing we know, it turns into crazy discussions and we end up getting nowhere. Yeah, that's not really giving me anything specific though. Like, what are you talking about? We understand it's a bunch of loud talking extreme points, but what are the extreme points is the question. Listen, don't fall in that category I talked about earlier when I said we're in a generation of people who never answer direct questions and it's confusion. That's what it's giving right. Why is I'm seeing that more with the men right now? Men do not on these panels. You guys communicate in the most horrible, uneducated way. It seems very impossible to get one of you to answer a direct question and get to your point. Just make a clear, concise point. That seems like an impossible task for a lot of you men. What is wrong with y'all? It seems very impossible to get y'all to just make a clear point, take a stance, and be quiet. Like y'all just don't know how to do that. That shit is weird. Okay, fair enough. Howard said, Why women believe they came from a man's rib when all of reality says women give life. Stop with the foolishness, please. That's a good point. What you laughing at, foolish scholar? You know I'm right. I was on Izzy panel the other day. Shout out to Izzy, but good God, every time I go on Izzy's show, like Izzy is so long-winded. I be like, oh my God. And then when soon as you say 3 words, he gonna cut you off too to talk some more. And it's like, what the fuck? Why does it take all this time to make your point? You made it already. Why you keep cutting in? Like, what is happening? But if you look at a lot of the panels, they're all like that. The men are horrible at communicating, and they got this quote unquote voice now, but they get a chance to speak. You don't have to, if you don't have nothing to say, then you probably shouldn't speak. I'll be honest. Why nobody mother told them that? If you don't actually have anything of substance to say, if you don't actually have any real points to add to a conversation, then don't talk. You shouldn't talk. It doesn't help anybody to listen to you ramble in the middle of a perfectly good conversation just because you felt like rambling. Like, why do you like God? Yo, I see this shit all over YouTube. What is wrong with these people? Good for you, foolish scholar. I hope everything's going well in Philly. But oh my God, like the men talk so fucking, first of all, women don't like men who talk too much. And I know a lot of y'all don't care about that because y'all, half of y'all don't like women. I really believe that. Y'all care only about men's attention. I get it. But for the men who do care, women do not like chatty men. I swear, women hate them. Some of y'all just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and then you don't be saying shit. That's actually a sign of like lower intelligence. It really is, because people who are intelligent could make their point fairly easily. Like they don't have to ramble and say a bunch of words just to say them. And like that shit, it looks crazy. It sounds crazy. And then you really kind of defeat your own purpose, because all that rambling does is make people kind of tune out, tune in halfway. They're not really listening because you're talking too much. Get to your point, please. And then pass the fucking microphone. God damn. Foolish scholar said, I'm going to ramble every time. Oh, I forgot. You are a little bit of a rambler. Okay, just a little bit. I forgot about that. Yeah, I said it's a UK for me. I don't care. You know, y'all my brothers. I love y'all. So I'm just tell you the truth. I don't care if it's a UK thing for you, foolish scholar. I don't care if it's a Philly thing for you. Y'all need to stop that shit. He said I'm tall. It don't apply. I have privilege. No, you being tall ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm telling you, in real life, women will just tune you out too. They gonna hear like the first 8-10 words. Women are like men in that way too. After a while, her brain's gonna go distant and then it's gonna snap back in. It's like, what? You said you're not? You're actually not what? I think you are. I can't remember. I support the liberation of women. Wake up and see the males are a global problem. The males are a global problem. We need to take back their power. We had enough of tyrannical males. How are we gonna take it back? Let me know. You gonna read it? You gonna lead the revolution? How do we take back the power from the men? I think it's true. I'm gonna pray to God about this, because the men have proven themselves to be irresponsible with the power, and they don't deserve it, because Donald Trump should not be able to do what he's doing right now. People should not be able to do what they're able to do to black people, okay? But like everybody just lets everybody do whatever they want. And then the people doing it are horrible people too. So you got horrible people and then you got weak people, right? So there's nobody to check the horrible people, because unless you're the horrible people, the only alternative we have outside of them are the weak people who ain't gonna do shit because they're scared. So what do we have? The men are horrible leadership, all of them, white, black, I don't care. All of this is because of the patriarchy now. Okay, the war, the shit the president's doing, the Christian nationalists, all of it is who's in charge? Men. Men, men, men. Men are fucking horrible. I'm sorry. If you're a man in my life, don't be offended. I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest. Men are horrible. They're horrible people. Look around. Look at all of the global atrocities. Who's doing it? Men. Who's building bombs? Men. Who's building guns? Men. Men, men, men. They're fucking horrible. Who's deleting people by the hundreds? Men. Oh my God. What the fuck? Who's fucking sex trafficking and kidnapping? Men. Oh my goodness. Get them the fuck out of here. Like, I cannot. Like, when I really think about it too much, it pisses me off for real. Like, how can one fucking gender species be so goddamn evil and corrupt everywhere globally? Wanna colonize people shit, take people shit, take people kids, take people sexual organs, take people body parts and sell them. Take, kill, conquer, colonize, conquer. Fucking horrible. Men are awful. They're awful. I'm sorry. Like, y'all are awful. Around the globe. What in the actual fuck? Power said, weak males and male-centered women are the enemies of freedom. That's a fact. Listen, they done brainwash the women too. We are all grew up in this under this stupid shit. Half of these women dumb as hell too, and they think it's normal. They think all this is normal. That's when they're gonna get up and they gonna argue with you about their own rights being taken away. Niggas done played in their face so much. These bitches is brain dead now. Now they doing the same way the men started doing the work of white supremacy, right? When they started saying "Make America Great Again," and they got brainwashed and shit and indoctrinated, and they ain't got no fucking sense. The same way the black men started doing the footwork of white supremacy, now you got black women doing the footwork of the black men. Now the black women want to come out here and be the biggest advocates for you signing up and sticking through some bullshit as a woman. Because all of your value is supposed to be tied to this ain't shit ass man. And unless you're attached to one of these ain't shit ass men, you're not valuable. And then them bitches drink the Kool-Aid. So they be going 13 years a slave before they finally come out and tell us the real truth about what they've been going through. Just so they could be like, but I have a man. I can't do it. I really can't do it. I cannot do it. I want black women to be, loved properly, loved correctly, and treated well. And I feel like there are some men out there who could do that. I just don't think it's a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it's a lot of them. I'm just being honest. I don't. So for the lucky ones, Elite Dozo said, are you 6 foot or greater? Are you? How tall are you, Foolish Scholar? Like, we think Foolish Scholar might be a good man. Maybe. We don't know. Nah, Foolish Scholar's a good man. He's a good guy. But I just had to get that out, y'all, because when I be thinking about it, it just stressed me out. Like, how nobody else is seeing this? How can anybody be calling women evil? Have we looked around the globe? All of the worst things is a man attached to it. Sorry. The bombs, the guns, the sex trafficking, organ trafficking, kidnapping, raping, robbing, like setting shit on fire. Like if you look at who's doing all of that the most, is men, and more men. I'm gonna pray to Jesus about this because what? Who created y'all and why? You guys know that there's a theory that men are a deformity and that women created y'all. Like that women were here first and you guys are like a deformity of some sort. Like we didn't mean to make y'all. I don't want to get up into my conspiracy theories right now, so I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Damn, you believe that he leave so? Oh, a mutation. See, Sherelle though. So supposedly the divine feminine was here first, and the men are a mutation, a genetic mutation of us. Listen, it's true. Elite said it's not a conspiracy. Damn. So why we not tapping into our power? Okay, we need to revoke the privileges. The males have not done a great job with the power, and it's time to they can't have it no more. We gotta all channel our divine feminine and take it away. Okay. Damn. It says the world flipped because men oppressed women. Tell me more. So the men oppressed women. So when were the women in charge? You said the world flipped. So when were the women in charge? The women needs to be in charge. These men, they're just horrible people. They're not doing a great job. You know what? I didn't want to be too gross, but you're right. As soon as I read what Elite Belzo said about mutation, I was gonna say that's why everybody has a clit at first. But for real, males are a mutation. Anyone who studies biology understands this. All babies are female before the hormones, y'all know. And the oldest bones are a woman. But how did we let them take the power? Because women are weak to men. We're gonna always be weak to men. And I mean emotionally weak. Like even if the woman got the power right now, you know what one of these pick me hoes would do? They would set us up for a piece of 7-minute penis and some attention. And they would let one of the men come in and infiltrate because he showed her some attention. That's what they would do. Even bees know how to thin the hive of males during winter because they do nothing but consume resources. Damn, what you want us to do to the men? We can't do nothing to them. And then it's a dangerous game. We can't do nothing to them. And then I got a lot of brothers and cousins I love. So then which men? See how it just become a problem. My favorite cousin is even a guy. I was talking to him today, his crazy self. So then how do we decide what men? Is it like super duper criminals? We just get them all out of here? Like what are we gonna do? Because guess what? The super criminals that are in jail ain't doing nothing to you. The super duper criminals are the ones who are not in jail, like the damn governments, okay? Like Donald Trump, like Epstein, like what's his name? I'm gonna say Elon Musk. Them. Elise said, "I'll do the deciding." Well, can I buy a gold card? Like how Trump said the immigrants could buy the gold card. Can I buy a gold card for my brothers and my cousins and my boo? And then you can get rid of the rest of them. I don't really care. And my nephews too. I'll buy the rush card. Sherelle said men don't run the world. Who run the world, Sherelle? Here you come with your conspiracy theories. Who run the world, Sherelle? Because the damn sure ain't women. It damn sure ain't pick me, mammy ass women who just happy to get a blunt and a 4 for $4 and bent over the couch while the Netflix thing is on the TV saying, "Are you still watching?" Not those women. They not running shit. Okay. Damn, we need a conspiracy show. We need a conspiracy show. We need Elisa Belzo, Power K, ZMK, and then we need Sherelle. She said aliens run the world. That's the sad thing about the damn sisterhood. It ain't no sisterhood. Even if we could get the power, one of you thirsty assholes, soon as somebody drops some halfway penis on y'all, y'all would ruin our whole operation. Power K says the males are not rising up against a system that they think benefits them. The women have to stop being thirsty for male validation. This is a fact. You don't need to be thirsty for male validation. They'll give it to you anyway. That's why I hate pick-me's. They will give it to you anyway. You ain't got to be thirsty. Sit your dumb ass down. If you must deal with men oh so bad, deal with them. But get your inside straight because we are taking over, okay? And we cannot have any traitors amongst us. Any traitors amongst us will be met with hostility, extreme hostility. Rhea said, "I ride solo." You say yes, Elite Belzo. We need a conspiracy show. Listen, I got a lot of conspiracies. Okay, people already think I'm crazy as hell. Don't get me to start talking because you'll be like, "Yeah, nah, sis needs to get admitted. She need a paycheck. She need a social security check." You're gonna be wanting to call the people on me. Patriarchy pick-me's are dangerous too. They gotta be dealt with. Listen, some of them we gonna have to throw in jail with the men too. So when we take the power back and we put some of them in the jail, some of the women gotta go into jail too. The pick-me, the super pick-me's, they gotta go. We're not giving them no chances to play because they are not our allies at all. They are allies to the penis and the penis alone. So we just gonna let them stay with the penis so they can be happy. Put them in jail with the men. Randy says, "Good evening. I'm offended by being called a mutation, even though this mutation finds your voice comforting and calming." See why the women gotta have the power? Because look, you just said it. You said you find my voice comforting and calming, even though you're a mutation. So that's how you know the black women are the only ones who can tame the beasts that you guys are. And we need to be in control because we had enough. Okay. We was letting y'all do this and it just have not been working out. Okay. For 2 centuries. I'm saying 2 centuries. No, for 2,000 years is what I meant to say. But it's okay, Randy. You're my mutation now. It's okay. Riaz said, "I want nothing to do with these men." It don't work like that, Riaz. You are a man. Okay? And unless you're gonna fight the power with us and let so we can get the power back, you're a man. You're one of them. You're op now. Apiana. But no, for real, I'm gonna pray, guys, All the black women, we gotta pray. We gotta pray very hard because we are powerful, and if we put our energy on one common goal and we reach out to God, I think we can get it done. These men have to be stopped, okay? And I think only God can do that. Why God made women to control the beast? Because y'all don't have no damn self-control. We knew that in the book of Genesis when Adam had one job, and what did he do? Not control himself and let the woman influence him, right? So y'all been not controlling yourself since the beginning of time. That's what I'm trying to say. Eve controlled Adam, and I control you. Okay, Ray, Randy, that's how it goes. Women always been controlling y'all. Just accept it. But yeah, so we're gonna come back with our conspiracy story, our conspiracy show, and how we are gonna get the men out of power because we've had enough. Okay, they've ran the entire planet into the ground. The whole globe is tired of them, over them, and we are done with them. We need them out of power. I wish the thugged out men, like, really, now's the time. Like, what's going on? Like, there's supposed to be a time where they got all of these things, like, oh, right to bear arms, and if the government do this, you're supposed to be able to do that. But ain't nobody doing nothing. Nothing. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody just complaining, but nobody's doing. There's talkers and there's doers, and none of the men are doers. And that's not a race thing. I'm talking about gender, like the dark things that Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Donald Trump. I'm talking global. They into some dark, messed up stuff. I was watching something about Bill Gates, how he put a patent on the corona vaccine way before the coronavirus even happened, but it was predicted to happen way before. It was like, and now they got some new virus coming out that's supposed to be even worse. I don't know if you guys heard about this new virus. Damn. Power said Adam was a spineless loser. First thing he did was throw Eve under the bus. How his stick fit into that slit. Yeah. Damn, you kind of graphic, ain't you? Yeah. I ain't even gonna say what I always say because Sherelle gonna say it. Don't disrespect your granddaddy. Cause I be telling her. That's what somebody, it wasn't me, Sherelle. This is what Power said. Look. It says Adam was a spineless loser. First thing he did was throw Eve under the bus. I didn't say it. I didn't say that. But you know what I was about to say. I'm not going to say it because you're going to say, oh, don't disrespect your granddaddy. Because I have some problems with the way Abraham was moving in the book of Genesis. Sherelle knows this. I bring this up every chance I get. Okay. And just pretending that your wife is your sister and letting other people take her and make her their wife. It's just, oh my, I don't want to get into that. Anyway. Okay, that's like expecting racists to stop being racist. It won't happen. Women got to put their foot down. So, okay, you got to tell us. She said that is your granddaddy. I know it's my granddaddy, but that was some bullshit. It was a couple of times he was being tested to see if he was a real man, if he was a thug. And what did he do? God had to step in at one time, like, hold on. What's going on here? You was about to be like danger. She smashed the homie. Like Abraham was just like, whatever, man. Look, telling you my sister, okay? My name is Mister. You're my sister. I ain't trying to fight. These pretty hands ain't about to catch a blister. You know, it just wasn't about that life. Look, you ladies are beautiful, but come on. But come on, what? She was his wife. Sherelle, what are you talking about? 2 times. Abraham was going into foreign land, if I got this correct. Let me not argue with you because your memory better than mine. But if I'm not mistaken, there were 2 occasions where Abraham was going into foreign land and men were approaching or they were about to encounter some men. And he told his wife to act like you're my sister. And then 2 different times the men took her on because they wanted to try to make her their wife because she was so beautiful. So he knew every time men came around, they was going to want his wife. Sherelle said, but also his sister. They had the same dad. I don't care. Don't omit information. I'm your sister and your wife. It's hyphenated. Sister, wife, wife, sister. You have to tell them the whole story. Okay? Damn. Why did God have to come down that time, Sherelle? He had to come and make it stop. Because it was about to go all the way down. God was like, okay, I got to intervene because, you know what I'm saying? So the point is, the men have been being cowards since the beginning of the time and sacrificing women since the beginning of time. I'm sorry for the Bible thumpers, but that's really, when I read the book of Genesis, Sherelle will tell you this because we was all reading this shit together in the beginning of the year. This is literally how I felt. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I never really read the whole thing. So I was very disappointed. Like, damn, the men been sacrificing women, throwing them under the bus like they ain't shit. Even like that time, what's the story, Sherelle? When they wanted to come, was in Sodom and Gomorrah, where they wanted to come and try to R-word the angels. And was it Lot who was offering up his virgin daughters so he could protect the angels? He just threw the daughters out there like, hey, here, sleep and smash my daughters. Like, what? So it's a lot of stuff in Genesis that just really effed my brain up. Oh, men been disappointing since the beginning of time. She said I'm butchering the story. Well, okay, let me stop talking about the Bible then before I have all the Bible people come chop my head off. Everybody disregard everything I said because I am not the best with remembering details. So yeah, I probably did mess that up. Abraham didn't want to get killed. They told us that the men willing to die for theirs. But everybody always say that, but ain't nobody die, you know? So it's like, if you still alive, stop telling me that. What did I get wrong about the story, Sherelle? Let me stop talking about the Bible on here because I'm gonna piss somebody off for real. Okay, I don't want a problem. Where Freezy when I need him? Because Freezy would have gave me all the story. Because Sherelle working, so she ain't gonna come tell me the story. But women chose the bear. Why women choosing the bear? They said they willing to die for theirs, okay? But every time it was time, Abraham was not trying to die for his, okay? Ronald said it's too late. I pissed you off, Ronald. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. She said, don't say working. They gonna think I got a job. Yeah, you damn sure don't. But yeah. Wow, Randy said, when it comes to protecting angels of the Lord, I'm giving up my virginity of my daughters too. You just saying shit, Randy. I'm sorry. These are angels. These are more powerful beings than me. I gotta sacrifice my daughters for supernatural beings that have more power than me. Y'all just be wanting to offer y'all daughters coochie up because you ain't even nobody even asked you that, Randy. Y'all see what I'm saying? You just wanted to say that. Damn. Right. Sharona said they know how to protect themselves. They know how to protect themselves by offering up their virgin daughter. That's crazy. The supernatural being does not need my protection. I need the supernatural being's protection, actually. But look how quick you was to be like, yeah, I'll give my daughter's coochie away. Look how this is why the women gotta get y'all out of here, Randy. This is why. We have to get y'all out of here. Y'all been crying about a matriarchy. Y'all been saying it and saying it so much. It has now manifested, and we are trying to really have a matriarchy. We want y'all out of here. God will give me another daughter. What about the daughter? What about that daughter? What about her? See how in a scenario you don't even care about that human? All you cared about was, yeah, I'll sacrifice her and he could give me another. Nowhere in the scenario did you even consider the actual human that's your daughter and what she's having to go through. This is why I want y'all out of power. Okay, y'all are not humans, y'all are not people. You guys are just like a different level of consciousness that is like it's human, but is not human. Y'all are just something else because I don't know what the hell we call y'all. We want y'all out of here. The men cannot be in charge no more. Y'all been doing horrible for the last 2,000 years. Because the fact that I just can't get over Donald Trump and everything he's able to do and how there are any black men who support him. I can't get over that. Especially now. Yes, Randy, y'all gotta go. The matriarchy has spoken. You guys have manifested it. And we are here now. And we are going to use our divine feminine powers to handle the business that y'all can't handle. We are just going to tap in with the Most High and get y'all out of here. That's the best way. Because we can't fight you physically because that's where you have an advantage. So we have to tap into our advantage that we have, and it's not physical, okay? But I'm telling you, more and more of us are tapping in because we're tired of y'all. Damn, DT is a solar deity, like all the tyrants before him. Damn, what's a solar deity? That is deep. Oh, you need to come on my panel one day, whoever you are. I never seen your name before, but I like it. I like your style. I know you like my style. You like how I break it down. Y'all know that song by 50 Cent? Not really, really ready. I'm trying to look up solar deity because I never heard that before. Damn, you are deep power, Z. A solar deity is a god or goddess in mythology and religion who personifies the sun or represents a specific aspect of its power, light, and life giving energy. Across human history, sun worship has been one of the most prevalent forms of spirituality because the sun is universally perceived as a primary source of life, warmth, and cyclic time. Cyclic. Yeah. Okay, Vibe on YouTube. Well, thank you for listening. I'm seeing some new names, and that's making me very happy. So I'm just happy you listen. Vibe on YouTube says, "Sorry, I had you in my ears tonight, but the opportunity didn't come up where I could push back face to face or voice to voice. But I will try to engage in good faith on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna come on my birthday. I think that's my birthday. So it'll easily be early in the day because I probably am gonna go out. I'm still deciding because I definitely want to go out Friday, but I was also thinking about going out on Wednesday on my birthday. If I do, I'll probably come here midday when I have nothing going on. If not, I'll come in the evening. But tomorrow I just got too much to do, so I doubt it. But maybe I might be back tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, demigod. I like this. The new people. So Vibe on YouTube is new. Power Z. I'm sorry, Power K Z M K. That's a lot. So I'm just gonna call you Power K. You're new. So Vibe on YouTube. Power K is new. I think Randy is also new. So yeah, I love to see it. I'm happy to see like the new people slowly creeping over. And guys, I looked at my analytics. I don't know if this is good or bad, but in the last month that I've been streaming, I've gotten 50 new subscribers. I don't know if that's normal for content creators in a month, but I've gotten 50 new subscribers in a month. So, and now I'm slowly starting to see some of y'all people um that I don't recognize. So that's a good sign. So I'm happy y'all here. Okay, Ronald, thank you for the $5, Ronald. He says Abraham couldn't become the father of many nations if he was deleted before he had children. Abraham needed to be alive to fulfill his destiny. Okay, understood. I'm not gonna argue with you Bible thumpers because Freezy taught me not to do that. Okay. You gotta study to show thyself approved, right? So I'm still in study mode, so I ain't gonna fight with you too much, Ronald. But I've seen Freezy smoke your boots before with the Bible, okay? So don't make me call Freezy on you. Okay. Randy, stop being a pervert. He says you're gonna come on your day. See why y'all gotta get out of leadership? Do you see? You see why y'all gotta get out of here? Why y'all gotta get off the throne? This is why. Because don't worry, when we're in leadership, Randy, I promise we are not going to over sexualize you guys. We will not sexually harass y'all like y'all do us. Just put the women back in power. We're not gonna sexually harass you. We're not gonna sexualize you for everything like y'all do. We are not going to oppress you like y'all do. We are not going to slut shame y'all. Okay. We are not gonna abandon you and leave you with the kids. Well, I might leave one of y'all niggas with the kids, but most of the women will not do that. So just put the women back on top where they belong so that society can continue as it's supposed to. Damn. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. All right, I know y'all new here, but let me tell y'all something. I'm really tapped in with a lot of people, like with Christians and with Israelites. So a lot of people that are cool with me, and I go to Bible study every Saturday. Let me tell y'all new people that too. So when y'all over here just coming at the Bible like that, y'all are gonna get me in trouble. Elite Bell, she said they can't. It's their ego. They could have just put us back. If they just put us back in control, we will teach the men the way you're supposed to treat people when you're in control. Okay? We will be like, what do you call a person who's in charge, but they're not like, I don't know what kind of leadership, but like a very calm kind of leadership, you know? We will treat them with respect and kindness and fairness until we see that we can't, but we will meet them with that. They have proven that when they're in charge, they're not fair to anybody. They're not even fair to each other. So the men gotta go. Oh, it's 11 p.m. Do you know where your children are? All right, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta take care of my 5011 kids, you know? Oh shit. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Check and see if I'm here tomorrow. I'm gonna try. If not, I'm definitely gonna come on Wednesday. Later, y'all.